Привет, друзья! По многочисленным просьбам еще раз записываю видео с настоящим американцем. Вот камера, да, вот сюда будем смотреть. С настоящим американцем, который идет навстречу и, в качестве рекламы тоже, но в то же время расскажет нам секреты. Он очень много работает по скайпу, в том числе через те видео, которые я снял с русскоязычным населением, с постсоветского пространства, людьми, которые живут в Америке. Помогает им исправить акцент на американский, быть ближе к правильному произношению, ну и избежать каких-то ярых, глупых ошибок, которые часто совершаются. Hello, Tim.
Hello, до свидания.
Bye
What does that mean?
It means bye-bye. Вот видите, Тим с хорошим чувством юмора. So, Tim, can you explain what difficulties when you work with Soviet Union space people with trying to help them with reduce accent or maybe just even hide?
Well, can I tell a funny story first?
Of course. My subscribers want me not to translate nothing.
Really?
Yeah, because it's interrupt their understanding and learning English.
So I speak very
because you know
slowly and
anyway,
clearly.
if I speak English,
Right.
people interested in this
Yes,
advanced
because
level,
that's why.
just people who already can talk
I like
to you.
that.
Yeah, so
I like
let's
this.
do it.
Well, I'm going to tell you a funny story.
Yeah, please.
Because I have students in Moscow and I have one in Kiev. I also have a student in about 2,000 miles from Beijing. But whenever we have trouble with our Skype connection, we always wonder if the government is somehow interfering with us and saying, oh, you've been bad, so we are going to disrupt your Skype.
Вкратце расскажу, это
Yes.
веселая история, когда он учит людей, так сказать, русскоязычных, он всегда, когда неполадки в интернете, он всегда сваливает, он говорит, типа, наверное, это государство, это, помните,
Yes.
Рабинович, я вас отключаю, США, КГБ.
But other than that, we've decided, okay, and it works very well. Because it's nice, all we have to do is get close up because it's just, it's only the tongue, the lips, and the jaw. It would be nice if we could do a little more with breathing. That's kind of very basic. But other than that, but I have learned in terms of the pure technique that we are using that starts only with the long vowels and goes all the way through long vowels, and Andre has done this, go all the way through the long vowels and then go through the short vowels. But I've discovered there's one sound that's very, very important that gets changed a lot in Russian, and it's the I sound. In terms of my name is Tim, but in Russian it can become Team. So any of these
Is
I
it
sounds.
any different? I can hear.
Like, right.
Tim? For me it's same.
Team. How are you, team?
Oh.
Team. Like a word like his instead of saying he's. He's.
For me it sounds pretty same.
It sounds pretty the same,
Тим
yes.
говорит, что у русских,
Team, see here, team.
у них как-то по-другому «и» звучит, и он сейчас произносит «тим». Для меня это одинаково, хотя он говорит, что все разное. Я покраснел не от стыда, а просто сегодня на солнце сегодня снимались. I said I'm not red from my, you shame me.
It's hot. Yes,
It's hot, and
it's
I
hot,
today
very hot.
was on
Yes.
sun the whole day.
It's very hot. So, no, but it's interesting. So we skip very quickly to this position, and it's tongue position. But it's easy because it comes between two other tongue positions which are long of A and E. So it's
Same, for me, same.
I,
Одинаково.
E, right? A, I, E. And we can do that at the start. So from the very beginning, then you're thinking about this sound because this is one of the more challenging sounds. The other position's not so different. I mean, you can hear the oo and you can hear the o. You can certainly hear ah is fine. But this I sound. So I've noticed I've started doing that a lot earlier in our teaching.
Ну вот Тим рассказывает про некоторые нюансы, которые возникают, которые, в принципе, невозможно уловить. Я знаю, вот, допустим, кто-то говорит thinking, some people, и некоторые люди говорят stinking. Stinking это вонять. Я вонючка, я вонючка. И I'm stinking. И это big difference, but small difference.
Yeah,
And
yes.
I already understand about Tim speaking to me, and sometimes I can correct the American person how to speak correctly. Because, for example, я говорю, что сейчас я уже понимаю разницу между Tim по-русски сказать и Tim. Чувствуете, да, тоже это по-английски Tim.
Yes.
Team.
Uh-huh.
Am I
Yes,
right?
that's
Second?
correct.
Yeah.
Yes. See, so when we start to hit that more early, and then it's certainly, of course, the th, the v. So you're saying the instead of da, right? Da, or d. Lots of times it comes out as d, right? And so that's a hard one to break too. That of word of. Everyone wants to say ov.
It's like Victor. V as a Victor? No, V as a zebra.
Oh yes. Right. So that once you get that, and so we go very quickly then to that short UH sound too, the and once you get those, then I've noticed for Russians it goes much more quickly. And much more useful.
I was surprised how many Russian people working as background actors in Hollywood. It's like on every set, especially it's European, it's like probably 3 or 4 people per 10 people. If it's like international call or like American call, it's like 1 per 10 people for sure. It's usually Russian people trying to crowd close to crafty craft service. Я говорю, русских очень много. Когда русские очень мы все знакомимся около крафти, это вот где кофе, чай, потанцуем, туда все слетаются. И мы любим, так сказать, чаепитие, особенно когда это, так сказать, включено в работу. Вот. And some people hide them, but they can't hide their accent.
Oh, but their background though.
Yes, I mean
so
yes, but this is the main thing that divide them from next level.
Oh yeah.
And я всем рекомендую вот бэкграунд актерам вот именно к Тиму обратиться, чтобы исправить акцент. Because when I just came to United States, actually there is like 4 or 5 people say, "Oh, I will help you to reduce your accent," or like, "Oh, you need to go this." And when you describe your method, I like, it's like maybe England or like Mid-Atlantic.
Right. Yes.
It's like, but now I understand it's like just like students as you are as students Stella Adler, you know how to use it, especially in a theater, and how to write position.
Yes,
and actually I can talk already
Yes,
pretty clear.
Yes,
and
you can.
As minimum I can play already Bulgarian.
Bulgarians.
Bulgarians, yeah. Not Vulgarians.
No,
but
not Bulgarians.
But in the same
yes.
moment, I already say like, the gloom of the sea and the gloom of the sky hung brooding over all. The seagulls knew and landwards flew swooping with muted call. I know it's true. And so on.
Yes,
something.
very good.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
Yes.
And I understand that I'm pretty ready for like one line in big movie, or maybe I can already say something like, "Stop it," or "Be careful."
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yes.
But you know, some actors, even high-rate actors, I hear that some of them who got lead roles, they speak so clear. Everyone. I can understand them even they 100 meters away. But if it's like just one line actor, sometimes it's not so clear.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. How speech can help growing up your acting career? Sorry, извините за специализацию, уже личный интерес у меня.
It's so important because today I can't tell you how often I have to stop and say, "What did you say?" And I have to rewind and I have to listen to it again. What? I can't hear what you're saying. I can't understand. And so it's this very delicate balance between character and communication. Because if we can't understand what you're saying, it doesn't matter how creative and how wonderful your character is. But they used to complain about that, with Marlon Brando when he first started, because his roles were, grunting, right? And so they called it, that was a whole style of acting, was this kind of grunting, you know.
Everyone starts talking like that.
Yeah. And so they complained about it. But what we're complaining about now is that we can't even understand you and you're not grumbling. You're talking, but you just go very quickly. And it's something that I've noticed my niece and nephew. It's just kind of the culture.
Ну, Тим сейчас говорит, что это культурный момент, зачастую, что вот так вот с Марлон Брандо еще началось, когда он там мямлил слова, и все говорили, о, это стиль, и надо так говорить, но сейчас уже так не говорит. Я сейчас задам такой вопрос интересный, кто в Голливуде сейчас, голливудский актер, самый, вот, значит, непонятливо говорит? Who is the most famous contemporary actor in Hollywood who speak very bad and you can't figure out what he's talking about? Because in Russia we listen everything in dubbing, and very good actors dub your Hollywood actors. So.
Well, I'm trying to think in terms of, I don't really know. I think it has a lot to do with the movie.
Yes.
You know, and I don't want to get in trouble with any actors.
Oh, I see.
Like Stella Adler saying, right?
Тим не хочет говорить, чтобы проблем не имел. Хорошо, я понимаю.
Yes.
Maybe foreign some actors like from Germany.
Well, it's interesting though, because a British actor you don't have to worry, right? Because you'll understand them, and that's why even Australian actors, they work on their speech. You don't have to worry. You'll understand them, and that's why they get hired. Because we can understand them.
And some people
can be understood. Well, I can't hire you. I can't use
and
you.
Some people who think that their level of English not so high, when they hear you, they I understand everything what Tim's talking about, and they please don't translate him because I understand.
If I'm slow enough, right?
Если я достаточно медленно.
But it is interesting when you don't realize even. You know, you talk about public speaking. You know, at Christmas, we went back up to Oregon, where I'm from, and on Christmas Eve, you know, you go to church, and they have a program, and they have different people in the church come up, you know, and read part of the Christmas story as part of the service, and sometimes they're kids, they're children, and they don't really know how to speak into a microphone. But the adults, you would think, you know, would know better. But they get up and you can't understand what they're saying. And it's like and all you do when you get up there and you just talk and people can understand you, they're so thankful. They say, thank you. They come up, they say, oh, I understood every word you said. I'm so thankful. It's like, all I did was just talk.
No, because in Russia we have this problem, because everyone can speak and everyone can understand each other.
Yes.
Everyone. Of course you can understand, oh, this guy don't say r, this guy like a little bit
yes, but
like have difficult, but always words come to our ears.
Really?
Yeah,
but you're saying people
speak about pretty loud. But in America, I heard like some people say, and they think that they are understandable, but it's impossible to understand because it's like sort of oatmeal in one place.
Well, would you say like public speaking though? Are Russians comfortable?
No, I mean they're perfect, yeah.
Speaking in front of, like, if you go up in
you
front of a
can
class.
be in Russia political if you speak in
I know, but
because
what about
people will like,
well, yeah,
more like.
But what about like in school or what? I mean, aren't there some people who are shy who don't like? They say they're afraid.
Oh, I mean, yeah, some nervous. This.
Yeah. So that's not that much
usually.
But that's interesting though.
Some
that's
people maybe like work and take your classes.
But yes, but I think, but in America, yeah, there are very many people very afraid, right? And even more now, you know, with the kids doing their whatever, they never talk, they never see each other. So it's I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay, last global question is like maybe everyone will just text messages and that's it. we don't need make sounds.
Right, we don't
because we have not so hard walls,
yes.
maybe thin walls, and we need.
Oh.
And we will pretend that we understand each other through universe with vibes and energy.
Yes.
And we don't need to speak at all. Yes. How do you think?
Would be nice. No movies.
So, last, what you want to say to students, future students, or people who wants to take your class, or just we will send
I'll
them
tell
to
you, I have a
email.
student now that is interesting from Russia. It's a woman. It doesn't necessarily have to be a woman, but I can tell she wants it. She wants to have her voice understood and her speech changed, but she doesn't really want to practice. She doesn't really want to take the time. She's around her sister a lot, who is, speaks Russian. And so I kind of get the feeling she doesn't have to speak English a lot. It's hard. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for anyone. You have to realize that. You can't say, "Oh, it's too hard for me," or "Oh, I'm doing something wrong." No, it takes time. Think how long it took you to learn, a foreign language, or to learn something else. It's really, you're learning another language, but it's not a mystery, and it's not hard. It's just you have to practice, and so you have to practice, and you need to practice outside of when you're just doing your exercises. So that's all, and maybe you have to set up the circumstances somehow of where you can have people who are supporting you and family, and you just have to make an agreement with them that you're trying to change, you're trying to help them, but it doesn't have anything to do with them. You still love them. It isn't just because you want to change how you're speaking another language, it doesn't mean you hate them or you're trying to get rid of them.
Ну, вот, общая мысль в том, что когда вы начинаете заниматься, изменения непременно настигнут вас, да, но вы можете, скажем, стесняться их перед своими близкими, знакомыми, либо, скажем, вообще не трудиться, либо, скажем, не иметь круга другого общения на английском, где вы можете практиковаться. Вот, в этом случае, конечно, затруднения какие-то возникают, но in Russia we say терпение и труд все перетрут. Can you repeat it? Yes, it means if you're working hard, you will reach your goals.
Yes, I knew that.
Okay, thank you very much, Tim. Your video always interesting to watch, and I think some people this video will watch like in next year.
Nice.
And interest to English raising up because whole world already speaking English well.
Well, we hope that not that it's a bad thing, but who knows, we might also be speaking Russian pretty soon.
Or maybe soprano or
For
Chinese.
Putin. Yes. Oh, Chinese, maybe.
Do you afraid soprano? Not soprano, not clan soprano. This language, sonar. You know this international language.
Oh, the internet. Oh, yeah. What's it called?
Sonar something. Sonar with sun.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
But
anyways,
right.
Yeah.
Do I get to say Dost Vidania?
Right now is good time.
Dost Vidania.
Пока.